Good afternoon, everyone. Today is April 14th, 2025. Called to order by Danielle Clancy, time 17:33 p.m. That's 5:33. Welcome, everyone, to the meeting. This meeting is following open meeting laws and is open to the general public. We will be performing an audio-only recording of the meeting. Jamie's here, Danielle's here, Dan's here, and Dina is here. Tom is not here at the moment. Do I have a motion to approve meeting minutes for 3/14/2025? Motion?
Motion.
I second. Vote?
Yes.
Yes, 2 yeses. We will now move on to the health agent's report. Mr. Kelly, is there anything you'd like to discuss before we vote on your report?
Not if there is no questions.
I don't have any questions.
I would quickly just... That is Tom. I'll hit... no. I'm sure he's saying he's a minute away. The only thing I'd say, which we'll announce later maybe with the internal board health, is that the rabies clinic is scheduled June 21st at the VFW. It'll be 10 to 2. Abington Animal Hospital is gonna graciously help out yet again, and it will be 10 to 12, not 10 to 2. Sorry, 10 to 12.
It says 2 on here.
And it'll still be $20 cash for shot per animal. That's my fault. I put it on my report as 10 to 2.
That's fine.
But
the rabies clinic's 10 to 12. The last one that's 10 to 2 is the drugs.
again,
Under
my
business,
report.
Oh,
I have one.
It's fine. 10 to 2.
10 to 12 at the Whitman VFW.
And we thank the VFW and Abington Animal Hospital so very much. We appreciate them both. We had some interest on Facebook, so I will go back to that post and post this.
Perfect. Sounds good.
And then once we get the posters done after the Sharps Day, we will post it as well. Great. I don't have any other questions to you.
I do not.
Okay, so acceptance of the health agent's report and read file. Motion?
Motion.
I second. Vote?
Yes.
2 yeses. We will now move on to the public health nurse's report. There is no public health nurse here this evening. Any questions?
I have none.
My only comment is there's none in Whitman or Massachusetts to my knowledge, but measles is in New England. Rhode Island and Vermont have a case or two, so be aware, make sure your kids' vaccinations are up to date, and that's about it. And motion to accept the report?
Motion.
Second, I second it, and vote?
Yes.
2 yeses. Do I have a motion to accept the licenses as issued?
Motion.
Second, vote?
Yes.
2 yeses. Okay, at this time, we'd like to discuss internal Board of Health business. Dan.
So, yeah, obviously today we're going to talk about scheduling a hearing for Kratom. After some stuff that came to light over the weekend, I would like to maybe push that back to next month so I have time to just bounce something back with town council. Basically, I want to make sure if we were to set any kind of regulation, whether it's next month or 6 months from now, that then 6 months later, the state of Massachusetts comes out with a regulation that could potentially supersede, or maybe it ends up being the exact language we have, who knows. The thing I fear is if we ban the sale and production and distribution of Kratom in town just flat out, and then 6 months later the state says it's banned, however you can get it prescribed to you through CVS or Walgreens, just the municipal version and not the synthetic. I don't want to then have to come back here and do some kind of rescinding of our regulation to make CVS be able to fill prescriptions. And obviously that's something we could just pretty easily write into the language we have now. However, which is what I will do, but I just want to confirm with town council that it is still good to go. And if we were to vote on it, we could uphold it in court, essentially. So obviously then we wouldn't be able to set the date for the public hearing this month because most likely I will hear back before then. However, I don't want to roll the dice and then we don't hear back and then we're sitting at a public hearing, not have heard back from town council, which then at that point I would advise we wouldn't take a vote anyway. So I think if I go back to town council one more time with this question, I think from there it would be smooth sailing, and we should be okay to set the public hearing, have the public hearing, and make a vote that night. If you guys are both comfortable with that, that's what I would suggest, and go from
Sounds
there.
reasonable.
I agree. I would rather have our I's dotted and our T's crossed before we
Yep.
drive down the street, so to speak.
Oh,
Got a note from my mother.
All right, let the record show that Tom's arrived at 5:38
Oh, yeah.
p.m.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
no worries.
That's all right. The next item, so we're passing over to number 2. The next item is the drive-through rabies clinic is scheduled for June 21st, 2025. It's from 10 to 12 at the BMW parking lot, 95 Essex Street. Again, we will start to publicize this as soon as the rabies clinic is over.
Yep.
That is the next item on the list is the Sharps Drug Turn-In Day is the 26th. It's a week from Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Whitman PD parking lot, which is 28th Street, I believe. And it's an outdoor drive-through event. People just need to drive through the line and hand us their stuff, and we take it, and it gets incinerated. So it's easy lifting. It's a chance to get everything out of your house, drugs, prescriptions. We take just about everything that is not radioactive. So we will not take radioactive meds. That's the only thing we will not take. But we take just about everything else. So that's the 26th. We posted that meeting, right?
That is the 26th of May.
April. Yeah, a week from Saturday.
I'll confirm, and if not, we'll post it tomorrow,
Okay.
which is plenty of time. So
Okay. And
we'll,
can we post the rabies clinic too, please?
yeah, we can do both. We'll just do
so
both
you guys-
tomorrow.
Everybody's welcome. Don't feel like you have to come if you want to come. Either way. You're welcome to, or you're not. You don't have to. There are detectives there with me.
Yep. Hopefully, you'll finally get lucky, and it'll be a nice day.
Right. If you're picking between that or the rabies clinic, we always need help at the rabies clinic.
I will definitely be around for the
Okay.
rabies clinic.
So I guess, do you need a motion to go back and speak to legal again, or are you good with just going?
I don't think I need a motion. I don't think we need a vote to pass over it either. So,
What's
I
that?
think you just have the okay to go.
okay. Basically, Tom, what's going to happen is I'm going to be going back one more time to talk to town council about the Kratom hearing. After getting some correspondence over the weekend, I just want to add a little bit of language to the regulation you guys would end up voting on, that if the state of Massachusetts were to say 6 months to 10 years after we create our regulation, I would want to make sure we can go back and essentially the state of Massachusetts, if they to put it,
Supersedes?
it doesn't supersede, and that could be potentially the issue. So if
Either way.
the state of Massachusetts did a regulation, say they ban the sale, production, and distribution of Kratom, other than from over the counter at a pharmacy, but we just banned it outright, that would mean CVS, Walgreens wouldn't be able to fill a script that a doctor or an NP might write for a patient. Essentially, Kratom can be used in medical ways if it is just pure Kratom. However, the issue is everything that I'm seeing in stores is the synthetic, which has different things cut into it, which is what we're mostly concerned about. So I just want to go back to town council one last time, make sure everything's good, cross our T's, dot our I's, and then we'll set a public hearing and go from there.
I apologize for being late, but I did some research on what do you call it, Kratom?
Kratom, yep.
Kratom, and there were three people who were listed as references. I called one and spoke to the woman. Her name was Laura
Yep, Laura
Romney.
Yep.
Yeah, and I have something like to enter in the records. Do you want me to read it first or not? It basically says that I agree with you. Unless it's regulated, if there's a regulation, we would not accept anything called like the 7HO,
Yep.
which is adulterated and synthetic. It's not the same thing. And that otherwise, that I am in support of having kratom if it's regulated by the state for medicinal purpose. And there's a lot of reasons why they use it. And she brought out some of them, but some of them she also offered to put a free Zoom conference on for us, for the Board of Health or anybody else.
We got her materials today.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that. I know you got the materials. What I'm saying, after talking with her, she would be interested in setting up a meeting to talk to anybody on the board who would like to do that.
We read that.
I think they feel essentially the same as at least I do. I don't want to speak for the board, but that they are for kratom in a regulated setting, which is, I think, at least is my opinion as well. However, until the state of Massachusetts does something to regulate it on a statewide level, our options as their board is either sit back and do nothing or just ban it altogether. We can't play the game. I can't go out and I'm not a chemist. I can say, oh, this has synthetics got into it. This doesn't. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably above my pay grade and where I'd like it to stay.
I feel that Tom can enter that as his opinion, not as the board's opinion.
Well, that's what I plan to do.
Okay. I'm just stating.
I just wanted to comment what she said to me that she thought was the board. She said, please emphasize to the board that it is critical that people understand the risks associated with synthetic products, 7HO, that are being sold. These are the real risks to consumer safety. They are not from, but stores, what they do. Yeah, but stores, I'm in the wrong page here. Hang on, time out, Baltimore. Stores usually put them where people can see them and near merchandising. But it's important that people realize that it is not abusive at all. It doesn't run to an abuse potential. And what happens to these people is really important. And you know, I know you read the article, but she also pointed out, and she sent me something additional about her friend who 8 years ago was a drug addict and has been using this, and now not only a drug addict, but has a child back and everything else. So there's a lot of things I think that I didn't know about it, and until I hear all about it, I'm in favor of us considering if it's regulated, because we wouldn't regulate it per se. Somebody who's a testing or so forth would do the regulation part. That's all.
I'd like Jamie, I know Jamie has spoken on it before, and I'd like Jamie to speak on it. She has experience with it, on the abusive side of it.
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've taken care of several patients who had adverse effects, seizures mostly, and
What were they?
seizures and addiction and terrible withdrawal using the product. And I think it's at this point, it's hard for the consumer to be assured that the product that they're getting is not synthetic and it's not regulated.
And to me, it's the same reason why the state of Massachusetts regulated marijuana, because of basically the same exact argument. It's great if someone has the natural product that is just kratom, and I don't even want to try to say the long term for it, but like Tom said, the 7HO that's getting cut into it, I also read in the article that Laura sent that it's 14 to 22 times stronger than morphine, which to me screams you can definitely get addicted to it. At this time, I don't think we have to go any further till I talk to town council, and then we'll reconvene at next meeting. So
I think we're going to have a lot of opinions on both sides. And it's going to be, like marijuana, somewhat contentious subject. The state, I wish the state would step up and do what they need to do, and for some reason, again, they haven't.
Well, I think it's like any medicine that's misused, it becomes, they say it's a drug now. Well, they're all drugs, but if they use with a doctor's prescription and so forth, there's a difference between that and abusing it. And I hear what you're saying.
I think the state needs to regulate, though, the manufacture of it.
I agree with you.
yeah, the problem is from what I can tell, and again, I might not be the best person to speak on this, but all the kratom that I have seen in Whitman, which again, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I've seen every single product that's out there in Whitman, but from what I can tell, it's not purely
It's a duck,
kratom. It has other things
Okay.
cut into it. So to me, again, it's either sit back and do nothing or just ban the product altogether until the state comes in and regulates the product.
So as chair, I get certain privileges, and I'm going to take one right now. This is going to be the last word on it. We are not banning the use of it. We absolutely don't have that right. We are only banning the purchase and the manufacture of it in town. We absolutely don't have the right to ban the use of it. The state can do that, we cannot. Or the police can do that, we cannot do that. All right, moving on. So we don't need any motions, Dan, right?
Correct. I think at this
All
point
right.
it's to schedule next
Any other
meeting.
internal business to discuss? Dan's review is done, he passed, in case anybody was worried. So got an A+ there. Any old business? No, okay. So at this time, we need to schedule our next meeting. The thing on your thing is wrong. I think it meant to say May 12th, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm away there, but if y'all would like to have a meeting that day, you can. You'd still have a quorum if the two of you show.
I'm away.
Okay,
I'm definitely away.
okay.
Yes.
So I'm away then too. The 19th works for me, or the 5th works for me, although it is a little holiday.
What's the 5th is?
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh.
May 5? Is that what you want?
We could do the 5th or the 19th.
How's the 19th for everybody?
I may not be around the 19th,
Does
but
the 5th work for you?
the 5th I will be around.
Does the 5th work for you, Tom?
Yeah, I think so.
Dan?
Works for
May
me.
5.
We'll be done early enough that y'all can get your festivities on.
Yeah.
That's your
My
thing.
grandson's birthday.
All right, at 5:30? Is
That
that good
works.
for everybody? Would
Yeah.
you like 5?
I could
5:30?
do earlier if you want to do earlier, it being a.
Do you want to do
Minor
5,
holiday.
considering it's the holiday?
Sure.
All right, we can do 5.
5 p.m.
All right, we'll do 5 that day. So May 5th at 5 p.m. And anybody have anything further?
No.
Okay, so a motion to adjourn
So moved.
I'm okay.
Second.
and a vote?
Yes.
Yes, 3 yeses. All right, meeting's adjourned at 17:50, 5:50 p.m. on 4/14/2025. Perfect.